the thing about Game 7 too is like we did have a shot at the end.
Grant
Missed
Williams
both of
misses both those free throws,
and then we
the
fouled
box
them
out.
again.
We just felt like the box out wasn't there.
Yeah, that was like the most deflating moment of the whole thing because I remember when he was
We're down 2 when he missed both.
yeah,
those.
and Grant when he was stepping up to take those free throws, I would have bet a lot of money that he would have missed at least one.
Yeah,
I think because he looked like he wanted no part of that stepping up to the line, and he hadn't played most of the game. He was only in there because Tice fouled out, and
it was like the perfect scenario. It was like the perfect guy at the line. You know he's gonna miss at least one.
And then, of course, it's Tatum who grabs the rebound. And takes the free throws.
I think we just used up all our magic.
You're right.
There was a lot. We had a lot of magic.
Yes, throughout
it was just
the last 2 years too. Their magic quota is through the roof.
Yeah.
That's why it's not as like obviously I was at the right when that game ended. I was sad, but it's not. It's not hitting me the way that like a Leafs loss does.
Because the Leafs, there's
where you're just like
because the Raptors, they've done it. They did it last year, and it was like, I appreciate the ride. The Leafs, like, they need to do it before I can give them any benefit of the doubt.
With this, the Raptors,
Even
you look
win
at the
a
series,
fucking
like,
series.
We basically maxed out what this team was gonna do this year. I think, even though I know Pascal's taking a lot of shit,
which is a little bit unfair.
I don't
know if it's unfair, but he
didn't play good.
No,
but
he did not.
I don't think we need to run him out of town.
No,
I think it is a little bit.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I think it is a little bit unfair. I mean, obviously the money comes into it, and that's like we're paying him a lot of money to be our star in the playoffs, and the playoffs are what you get paid to play. But like, I saw this stat where Kyle Lowry at the age of 26.
Oh yeah,
that's when he got the Raptors.
Yeah, as of right now, if he was 26 years old, he would have 0 All-Star appearances. He wouldn't be a starter on any team. He would have been. I think he averaged like 8 points a game, like two assists, and now he's like a perennial all-star. And we talked about him last week about probably being a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So it's like things can happen. This guy started playing basketball when he was 17. Let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater yet.
And I think
like he's still growing as a player. There's a reason where he was almost up for he was the most improved player last year, and I heard whispers that he could have been the most improved player again this year.
Yeah.
It was like,
and he just got named to the second team All NBA.
Yeah. The thing with him too is that every year he's gotten better, like coming back from the offseason. So, I have no doubt he's going to do that again this year. But it's just like cut the guy a little bit of a break. But I think it's fair to criticize the way he played in that series.
Every star player, sometime in their career, has been shut down before.
Oh,
every single one.
Yeah.
Okay. Jaylen Brown, he shut him down. He shut down Pascal Siakam. We had no answer for it. That's really what it was.
I think Raptors fans are a little bit hypersensitive to the choking in the playoffs kind of thing, just because of where
it's Toronto.
That, and then like we've seen DeMar DeRozan in the playoffs, and even Kyle Lowry early on in his career, we saw just how much they struggled early on in the postseason. And the difference with Pascal and DeMar is that Pascal doesn't kill you on the defensive end the way DeMar did. Where if DeMar's not contributing offensively, he's doing nothing.
Right.
He's probably a net negative.
Yeah.
Where Pascal is
like
guarding their best offensive
everyone,
player.
Like you'd see people on like Twitter like, why is Pascal in the game? It's like, do you want Norman Powell out there guarding like Jason Tatum? Like,
that's where people that's where people show their ignorance to like what they're talking.
The only other option they had was put Serge in there, but Serge would have got destroyed on the offensive end.
They're reactionary fans where they're just like what's in front of me right now, that's exactly what I'm seeing. Like
yeah,
it's just my laptop.
Well, it's the same thing with like, even though I think Gasol towards the end of this series actually was horrible, but
like Nick Nurse
there was always like Marcus All would get 0 points, and people like, why is Marcus All getting any minutes on this team?
Because he's shutting people down,
and he's like their second facilitator on offense too, right?
You can't just look at like points and be like, oh, there's no reason this guy should be on the floor.
Yeah.
So
I'll be honest too. I think there were moments when like if Pascal dribbled off his foot or something, I probably reacted like, oh, get him off the floor. Like just in the moment, I'm like, just sit him. But I think when you step back and think about it, it just never made sense to do that.
I never said that. I just kept on saying like, stop giving him the ball.
Yeah.
Like use him as a decoy, sure, but like stop giving him the green light to shoot because he's not hitting them. It's felt like every time he got the ball, he was just driving the hoop and doing that like back in thing. And it's like, they know what you're going to do. Pretend like you go up and kick it out because they all collapse.
I think, I don't mind the like going to him, but he needs to like have better decision making.
He needs to adjust to what they're doing against him instead of like just reading the game script and doing what he always does.
Like, you saw that with Tatum, where Tatum would drive. Like, they got so many quarter threes off Tatum driving, and then we would collapse, and then Marcus Smart or Jaylen Brown would be wide open in the corner. But it's like Siakam wasn't even looking. Like, the blinders were on.
That's the next step, I think, in his career is the playmaking. Because when you look, like, with DeMar, the whole thing was he's just got to get a three. If he can add a three, that's all he's got to do. And I think for Pascal, that's if he can become even, like, a passable playmaker, like, if he can do that every once in a while, give them something to think about, that will help him immensely on the offensive end.
His shooting still needs to improve.
But I think he's a good enough shooter for like a power forward where it's like you respect his shot. I think the contested pull-up threes are not something he needs to be doing all the time. No. But it's just like he is passable enough as a shooter, I think. And if he can, the playmaking will help him so much more because it gives the defense something they have to respect. Whereas right now they know he's
exactly. If they know that this guy can make a pass, they're not going to be collapsing as hard on him.
And if he passes out right now, he's not like. It's almost like a reset pass. It's not like a progression pass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like
I see this guy in the corner. He's ready to shoot.
It's pass to Kyle, and let's reset the offense.
Yeah, that's like the weakness of our team is our half court offense.
Yeah,
and you're just like slowing it down.
And you just wasted 8 seconds trying to post up Jaylen Brown. And
Fight.